What is my peeps? Suburban Hiker checking in on day 15 of my 500-mile walk. I've got an open schedule today and big plans to do a lot of miles. Pow! There we go, 1 mile down already. Woohoo! 2 miles for the day. Mile number 3 for the day. Mile number 4 for the day. 5 miles for the day. Mile number 6 for the day. Mile number 7 for the day. Mile number 8. 9 miles. Number 10. 11 miles. Mile number 12. How cool is that? Mile number 12 for the day. Take a quick look at the map. Let you guys know where I'm at and what the idea is. The entrance to the park is way over here. I've driven in, come around, and I'm over here at the west lot. What I'm going to do, this is, I believe this is a paved bike path that goes throughout the park. I'm going to walk on the paved bike path because I've never been on it before. I'm going to come all the way around here and get on this mountain bike trail. I have hiked on that mountain bike trail before, and it's a doozy. There's a lot of twisting and turning. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can see some of that. Up and down, good stuff. It's a fun trail, and it's just over 7 miles. Just that trail. It's approximately 2 miles from the west lot to that. Just so you get an idea, the entire park is 6 square miles. It's 3,800 and some odd acres of land. So I'm going to start here, walk to the trail that I want to hike that trail, and then I may come back on the same bike path, or I may follow the road and just walk that back. But I'm not sure. I'll figure out the return once I finish the 7-mile path. The Map My Walk app shows 0 distance, 0 duration. Let's get started. This is the bike path coming out of the west lot. Parking area on the west side of Potato Creek State Park. As I mentioned, I've not been on this path ever. So I'm going to take it and see where it goes. Take it to where I want to get my trail hiking in. And apparently we're entering the red area of the bike path. The trail map shows that this is an easy bike path for people who just want to ride their bikes through a wooded area. As you can see, it's a paved trail, approximately 5 foot wide. We'll see if that changes throughout the park. I don't know. Before I get much further, let me throw up a gentle reminder to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell to get notifications. Also, like the videos if you like them. Leave comments. Let me know what you think. I'm letting you know what I think. And feel free to share these videos with friends. I want to get a nice, good-sized subscriber base. Make this a successful endeavor so that we can go farther, longer, and bigger. That's what she said. It's about 10 in the morning on a fantastic Monday, April 8th, and I'm already a half a mile in on the day. I had wanted to get here a little earlier, but I do the best I can with what I have to operate with. The plan for today is to get at least 10 miles in. At least 10 miles. You might notice I'm sporting a backpack today. Nothing fancy. Just your typical backpack that you could buy at any store. It's a school pack. I don't need to gear up for a major through hike. I'm just going on a long walk. Even your major through hikes, all the backpackers, all the hikers, we're just all going for a walk. Some are just longer than others. I didn't necessarily need a backpack today. I could always return to the car and get whatever I would need out of it, but I didn't want to do that. I felt that that would hinder my options. It would kind of put the clamps on what I feel like doing, and I feel like just walking. And I feel like walking for a lot of miles today. Like I said, at least 10 miles. We'll see how it goes. My entire day is open until later this evening. I may go for 15. I can't say. I might go for 20. I don't know. What I do know is that I'm just going to start going, and we'll see where we get. The backpack holds the contents of my nutritional plan for the day. I'll go over that in a little bit. It's got a little bit of my camera gear in there. I carry a little bit of that with me when I can. I got a sweatshirt in there in case it was chilly, or in case it rains. It's not supposed to rain today, but you never know. This is northern Indiana. It could be another hot, cold, snowy, rainy, wet day, all in one day. All 4 seasons in one day. I wouldn't be surprised if the temperature dropped and it started snowing, or if it skyrocketed. That's what happens in the greater northern Indiana area in the spring. I will give a spoiler on the contents of the bag. One of the items I most definitely have is coffee. Yeah, that's right. I brought it with me. Got a thermos of coffee in there. And I also have a to-go cup in the car for after all's said and done. I wanted to be prepared. Again, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I just know I'm going to be here for a while. And we're closing in on the end of mile number 1 already. Mile number 88. Or 0.98. We're at 0.99. 0.99. How cool is that? I don't even know. Did I rattle off what mile number this is in the 500 mile walk?
Distance 1 mile. Total time 21 minutes and 12 seconds. Split pace 21 minutes 8 seconds per mile.
Pow! There we go. 1 mile down already. How cool. So that was the end of mile number 45 on the 500 mile walk. That's pretty cool. It's adding up quick. Especially, it'll add up real quick now that I can get some longer miles in, longer days. And this is a great day to get some miles in. It's approximately 50 degrees. I'm a little chilly, but just the skin, just my surface is chilly. My feet are warm. My fingers are warm. I got a little bit of sweat on my head. The sun's starting to come out a little bit. It's a little humid. Slightly overcast. Oh, cool. Coming to a little bridge here. Let me flip this around. This really is a great park. And it's huge. It's a fantastic park to come to. I'll talk a little bit about this bike path I'm on. So far, how cool is that? So far, this is something you could bring kids on easily. Easily, children could come on this. I'm looking at a sign. Sorry, I got distracted. Let me flip this around and we'll get some data. We'll get you some data. Everybody likes data. I don't know if I can you even see this? I don't know. It's so hard to tell. This monitor doesn't work well in daylight. All right, Potato Creek has been many things to many people. Native Americans collected the edible roots of several plants found along the creek. Their name for the creek, a reference to the tubers translated as potato. Talks about European settlement, water power. How cool. I suggest maybe you guys can pause the video and read that sign. So I'm not going to stand here and read it to you, the entirety of it. Because I'm here for miles. I'm here for some miles today. Anyways, sorry about that. Like I was saying, so far this bike path has been fantastic for younger people. There's no reason children couldn't bike on this. And I do believe they have bike rentals here. You'd have to contact the park to get that data. Potato Creek State Park in Indiana. It's in Lakeville. It takes me about a half hour to drive here, which that's not bad. I drive that far all the time. I drive that far every day for work. Back and forth, each way half hour or more. But whatever. I don't mind. And this is a pretty scenic bike path so far. I've only gone a mile on it. Here we have a little touch of water. I saw 2 monster heron when I was driving into the park, crossing the street. Those things were about 4 foot tall. They're monsters. They're like pterodactyls, Jurassic birds or something. We get them at the house, they invade our pond. They've decimated our fish at times. They aren't really afraid of anything. But they haven't met our little dog Abby yet. I think Abby would surprise them, because Abby can jump about 6 foot in the air, and she would snatch one of those birds out of the air in a split second. Surprise! There's a touch of the view from the bike path. We're about 12 or 15 feet above the floor of the woods there. I just came up an incline that would be kind of tough for a 7 or 8 year old to ride a bike up. Fairly steep, but you could hop off the bike and walk it up if it was an issue. And like any time you might be biking, you have to exercise caution. Two-way traffic on this path. And of course, our hikers. I do believe the hikers can hike any and all trails out here. The horse trails, the bike paths. But not all bicycles and horses can go on all the foot trails. Wah wah. Another cool little water feature there. We're about 30 foot above that water down there. All right, I'm going up another incline that is pretty steep. That would be a little rough for, definitely rough for a younger person to ride a bicycle up. Again, you could walk it. It'd be a lot of fun to ride it down. You'd have to be careful not to go too fast. Although we all know how kids can be. The faster the better. Heck yeah. Pretty cool tree. They got a bunch of these out here. It's old growth trees. This one has a couple park benches by it. Alright, I just crossed over the main road and now I'm apparently entering the yellow area. For those of you following along on a map, be sure to keep right when you're riding your bikes out here. I know this is a bike path, but man, this is pretty awesome for hiking on too. I definitely suggest it. Hearing a lot of birds this morning too. Heard a few woodpeckers. That's pretty cool. Brrr, brrr. That's my imitation of a woodpecker. Okay, a quick look at the map. We are right in this area here, and it's been 1.90 miles. And it would appear that the mountain bike trailhead is right here across this parking lot. So I just need to make a quick hop, skip, and a jump. Actually, I think we're right here. Just hop up to this here area and start that mountain bike trail. The area I just showed on the map is the boat rental and docking point. we've rented in the past and gone out on the lake. It's a cool lake to boat around. There's a few people out fishing already today. Go down
Total distance 2 miles. Total time 45 minutes and 39 seconds. Split pace 24 minutes 30 seconds per mile.
Woohoo! 2 miles for the day. That's the end of mile number 46 out of 500. Time zipping by. How cool is that? And we are on the beach. That's the beach behind me. Can you see that? Heck yeah. And that's the family beach. Now behind me is the dog beach. Back over there. You can bring your dogs and they can swim, and you can swim with your dogs. We brought our dog here once. She really had a good time. Now I'm gonna walk away from this beach and go find that mountain bike trail. Anyhow, as I just mentioned, thus concludes the end of mile number 46 in a 500-mile walk. Figured I'd relay this data for you. Beach open Memorial Day through Labor Day. Beach hours, sunrise to sunset. Attendance on duty 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. No fishing within 200 feet of beach. Okay, here we go. Start mountain bike trail. Right there by the beach. And here is a map that might give you a better idea of what we're looking at on the mountain bike trail. Starts over there. And comes all through. Wiggle rounds, wiggles all over. Wiggles all over. There are certain points where it shares what they're calling hiking trails, but I'm gonna hike on the mountain bike path. Not entirely sure if you're supposed to or not. I'm sure they'll let me know if you're not, but I'm 99.9% sure that it is A-OK. Either way, we're gonna get this party started. Okay. Our little sign here shows if I go this way, I can follow a hiking trail and the campground is there. And then it shows that the bike path goes this way. This way looks fun. I'm gonna do it. Heck yeah. I'm a rebel. Looky here. We got some foliage coming in. That's because it's spring. Summer is on the way. Well, I'm about a half a mile in on this bike path. And so far it looks to be crushed gravel. A lot of little hops and scoops in here for guys on those mountain bikes. There's some tight quarters in here as well. So far it's a pretty cool trail to hike on. And quickly the trail changed to dirt. No crushed gravel here. How cool. Going back into the woods. And here we have some rocks. This is one of the twists and turns I was talking about. We make a sharp right. Then we have a left up here. Just lots of twists and turns on this trail. That's what makes it fun for me to hike on. It's not just a straight path. A lot of ups and downs so far. Nothing major. I mean, it's not a huge elevation change. We're not mountain climbing. But it's not like walking in the mall either. Now we go back down. These elevation changes so far have gotten up to being 10, 12 foot. This one's quite the incline. And of course it's twisting and turning. And I was correct. You can hike these trails. There are signs for it that suggest, though, hikers walk in the opposite direction that the bikes are supposed to ride in. And you guys have to watch out for each other. Of course, I haven't seen anybody on a bike yet today. As a matter of fact, I've only seen 3 people since I've gotten here. I've been here, I do believe, well, about an hour or so ish. An hour-ish. Yeah, just over an hour. More turns and twists. Man, this is a great trail. I'm glad I came today. Cruising right along on the trails. Closing in on mile number 3. I'm at 2.98. This is mile number 47. 299.
Total distance 3 miles. Total time 1 hour 14 minutes and 26 seconds. Split pace 28 minutes 40 seconds per mile.
Mile number 3 for the day. Heck yeah, mile 3. The end of mile number 47. Headed into mile 48. And still have a long way to go today. 452 more miles to go. And I'm looking forward to each one of them. I hope you guys are hanging out with me. Again, subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell to get notifications. And leave me some comments. We'll chit chat back and forth. And I'll try and keep up with everything that's going on for you guys. And you try to keep up with everything that's going on for me. We'll knock this 500 out in no time. Speaking of time, I begin each video with the Map My Walk app showing 0 distance, 0 duration. I'm not really concerned about the amount of time it's taken me to walk, because I keep stopping to look at stuff, get video of stuff, chit chat, whatever. My concern is not how long it's taking me. I mentioned the time just to give you guys a general idea as to how long it takes. The average adult walks a mile in about 15 to 20 minutes. Whoop, there's a stick. Gotta watch out for those sticks. So anyways, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes for the average adult to walk a mile. And of course, that's easy mile. That's not twists and turns and ups and downs. But just to give you a rough idea of how long I'm on these trips and whatever. But I'm not tracking the time. From a health standpoint, the faster you walk, it's not quite as beneficial. Once the momentum kicks in and each step is easier, because our bodies are designed to work that way. If it didn't, we'd have huge muscle bound legs. So we adapt and adjust to motion and utilize it as efficiently as possible. So the slower you walk ultimately is the more beneficial style of walking, because with each step, the start and stop point, the inertia is there. It requires just a little more energy. So when you see those people that are walking like they just can't be bothered and they drag their feet and whatever because walking's too hard for them, well, they're going slow. That makes it even harder on them. If they went faster, it wouldn't be so bad. Oh, cool. Here's a little bridge. Chicken wire covered footbridge. going over what is likely a slightly marshy area. There's a few of those out here. Hear an airplane. Cool. Let me flip this camera back around. Here I am. Anyways, walk however you want. Whatever works best for you. Don't worry about what other people say about your walking style. They don't have all the data you have. They don't have the same data you have. They don't know what you're doing. They shouldn't even be bothered with what you're doing. You do what works for you. I'm gonna do what works for me. I'm gonna share what works for me with you. Maybe it'll help you too. Or maybe it'll say, well, that's the way I don't want to do it. Whatever. Use the data however best it benefits you. I'm just out here having a good time. And I hope you guys are too. Fantastic day. It's approximately 11:15. I'm sweating. The air is cool. And I'm walking into a light breeze. And it can't even be 60 degrees out yet. Let me check my phone. Maybe that'll tell me what it is. Gotta love technology. It was 54 degrees when I started. And it is still 54 degrees. All this walking's got me sweating. Of course, the added weight of the backpack, that also is a contributing factor. It's not too heavy. I'll go over the contents when I take a break. I'm not sure when that'll be. I'm starting to crave some coffee, so I might crack that open. As far as being tired from walking, I haven't even gotten close to that yet. I have and always have had some crazy endurance. Works out to my benefit in a lot of ways. But there are other times where I think it isn't so beneficial. Because it allows me to push and push and push and overdo it. Which I mentioned in the very first day. That is why I have the back problems I have, or at least part of it. I said I try too hard. I try to do too much. It's a personal thing. I can't help it. I have to conscientiously stop myself from overdoing it. I think everybody's that way though, but I don't know. I assume everyone's that way because I'm that way. Kind of in the same way that I assume everybody's a nice guy because I'm a nice guy. But then I find out people aren't quite so as nice as I thought, and I'm baffled because I thought they were such a nice guy. And when I say guy, I mean people. That's guys and gals. That's all things. Could be dogs too, cats, birds. Well, I thought they were nice because I'm nice. I don't know. That's one of the things when I'm walking, when I go for my walks, I really have to go for a long time in order to stop and sit down and take a break. I usually will go several miles before that's something I'll consider doing. I don't know why I walk that way, but I do. I always have. I think when I did a 19-mile walk one day, and I think I only stopped twice. Sat down for a few minutes, touched my toes, stretched my lower back out. My lower back gets tight. I'm tired. But my upper back's a little bit of a twinge in there right now. And I think that's from the backpack. It's pulling back on me, so I feel like I'm leaning backwards a little bit. I'm not worried about it. I'll survive. It's probably exactly what my upper back needs. It's kind of how exercise works. If it doesn't hurt when you're doing it, or if you're not noticing the effect, well, you either don't need to do it, or you might not be doing it right. The harder something is to do, the more likely that something is something you should do. If that makes sense to you. Makes sense to me. Heck yeah. It's quiet. It's quiet out here. I've not seen the crushed gravel since the beginning of this trail. It's all an earthen path with a lot of tree roots, a lot of hop, skips, and jumps. I think a mountain biker would probably really enjoy it. A little bit of wind for you. I'm sure the microphone's picking that up. If this camera has a superpower, I'm going to suggest that it is its ability to pick up the breeze in the microphones. See, and here we go back uphill again. Again, that's why I like hiking on this trail. I have to be careful though. I don't want to jump on the hiking trail. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Here the bike trail takes a sharp right. And this is a hiking trail, connecting trail. And another bike trail as well. If I hop on that accidentally, then I'll end up somewhere I don't really want to be. And that is exactly what happened the very first time I found out about this bike trail. Kate and Carrie and I were down here on a nice summer's day hiking through the woods, and we came across one of those crossings where the hiking trail, an alternate bike path, and the bike path crossed all kind of at the same time. We weren't really paying attention. We ended up on the bike path for about 6 miles, but we had already been walking for 3 or 4 miles. And I do believe Caden was 7, maybe 8 at the time. Fortunately, we had a backpack full of snacks and water, so it wasn't an issue. But we did end up out on the trail far longer than we had intended. It was quite the fun adventure, though. We make jokes about how the sugar cookies Caden wanted to bring as a snack saved our lives. It was a great day. For those of you that have watched the other videos, you'll know I've mentioned in a few of them where I discuss overdoing it, going too hard and burning yourself out for the next day's activities, whether you're working out, working, or just on a hike in the woods for leisure. And I know today's plan to go at least 10 miles or more goes against that concept, but I have already taken that into account when I decided to do this hike today. If I don't feel like doing major trip tomorrow, I need to sit around the house and get caught up on editing. I fell behind the schedule I was on when I spent 3 days editing one video, and I'm not even sure why it took that long. I just got carried away trying to do something cool. Got carried away trying to do everything, trying to fit these hikes in and the video stuff in with home life and work and music stuff. There's going to be a learning curve there. It's going to take me a minute, whoa, sorry about that, to figure it out. So that's the plan. If I get too beat up today to do much tomorrow, then I can utilize that time tomorrow at the computer. I do know I need to scale back on the chit chat in this video because I'm going to be here for a lot of miles, and if I talk through all of that, I'm going to run out of battery life and I'm going to run out of storage on my memory card, and I won't be able to get the trip. So I'll probably just focus on doing the mileage check-ins, and if I see something really cool that I have to get on video, I'll do that. But in an effort to keep the video short and keep the battery life long, I'll probably shut the camera off between miles and kick it back on as I get close. I'm getting close now. I'm at 3.98. Getting close. 3.99. Whoop whoop. All the party people in the house say whoop whoop.
Distance 4 miles. Total time 1 hour 36 minutes and 6 seconds. Split pace 21 minutes 42 seconds per mile.
There you go. Heck yeah. Mile number 4 for the day. Mile number 4. Heck yeah, how cool is that? 4 miles in, and it's not even noon yet. I don't even think it's 11:30. Even the woodpecker is saying heck yeah. So that's the end of mile number 48. As we head into mile number 49. 451 more miles to go out of 500. Pow! Okay, this is something I think is pretty cool. Look how white the ground is. All these leaves are very, very light colored. I'm not sure what kind of leaves they are. Look like maple, perhaps. But I don't know why they would be so white. It's like walking in the snow. Or something. It's like walking in something. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Alright. Back to walking. I love all the vines on the trees out here. It's so cool. They wrap around everything. Climb their way up. Some big ones. There's a batch of them. It's all vines right there. A lot of them out here all of a sudden. You guys see that? How cool. Maybe they'll come to life. How cool would that be? Anyways, back to walking. How'd you like to ride your bike over that, huh? And through here, split these trees. Here's some more of that white leaves on the forest floor. It goes on for quite a while. This is really cool. I just like the way it looks. I like it. Here I am. I almost missed it. I'm at 4.99. Cruising too fast.
Total distance 5 miles. Total time 1 hour 57 minutes and 37 seconds. Split pace 21 minutes 32 seconds per mile.
Well, there you go. 5 miles for the day. How cool is that? Whew. I'm starting to get a little tired. Of course, who wouldn't be? 5 miles. That's a Pretty good hike so far. I still got a couple miles to go before I'm off of this trail. Although I just crossed a connecting trail, I could jump on that and get to wherever I want to be a little quicker. Except for finishing this trail, and that's where I want to be. And that was the end of mile number 49. 451 more miles to go in the 500-mile walk. And we are making great progress. Heck yeah. Here we go. Heading back downhill on our little bike path. I definitely suggest this hike to anybody who likes to get out in nature. About 7.5 miles, I think it was. 7.4 is what it is. I don't know. I might only be halfway through it if I do the math real quick. I walked for 2 miles to get here. I've gone 5 miles so far. So yeah, I'm 3 miles in. I am about ready for some coffee. Take a little breather. Perhaps at the end of this trail. Whenever I do decide to get coffee, I'll probably have to take a break because the coffee's in the backpack. And I'll have to stop walking to get it out. We'll see what happens. Love the sound of those birds. How cool. Man, that goatie's looking rough today. It looked so pretty when I left the house. And now it's all bushed up. Stupid humidity. Closing in on 6 miles. We are at 5.99. I tripped. Whoa, bitches be tripping. We're getting close.
Total distance 6 miles. Total time 2 hours 20 minutes and 38 seconds. Split pace 22 minutes 59 seconds per mile.
There you go. Mile number 6 for the day. 6 miles. Non-stop so far. Other than to take a few camera shots. 6 miles. That's mile number 50. Heck yeah. That's 50 miles in on a 500-mile walk. Only 450 miles to go. A little bit of trail maintenance. So here I am, 6.5 miles into my walk, and a couple things occurred to me that may hamper this hike. One is the battery life on my camera. I only have one battery, and I've already used half of the power on it so far, 6.5 miles in. The other thing I had not taken into consideration, oops, sorry about that, is the amount of space on my battery, or on my memory card. I have no idea how much I have left. The whole point of this 500-mile walk was to walk 500 miles and document it. It's 2 parts. If I can't document it, I don't want to walk it. So, I think when I finally get off this bike trail, stop to eat, drink my coffee, I'm going to have to seriously consider my options. Still, it's a fantastic trail, some fantastic scenery. Here, look at this. I'm gonna spin this around, going into a little gully here. I mean, there's just all kinds of this terrain on this trail. And of course, I'm using up battery life getting it. But I want you guys to see this with me. This is so cool. If you're into outdoor stuff and nature settings, this is neat stuff. Yeah, look at this. Look at all those rocks. And then to my left, I don't know if we can see it, there's the lake over there in the distance. Let me zoom in on that. How cool. Anyhow, I gotta shut this down, save the battery. Zeroing in on mile number 7, 6.99. Hot and sweaty. Still in the woods. I couldn't imagine riding a bike on this.
Total distance 7 miles. Total time 2 hours 44 minutes and 4 seconds. Split pace 23 minutes 28 seconds per mile.
There you go, mile number 7 for the day. How awesome. 7 miles. That is mile number 51 in the 500-mile walk. Only 449 more miles to go. Let's keep going, for sure. So there we are, 7 miles into this hike. Approximately 2.5 more miles to go before we get back to the trailhead. And a snack break and a coffee break. I'm really wanting that coffee now. Getting pretty thirsty. I haven't had anything to drink. And I should. But the water's in the backpack and I don't feel like taking it off. I'm not going to suffer any effects of dehydration before the end of the trail, so I'll be okay by waiting. And then we'll get out of the end of the trail here, and then I'll eat and show you what's in the pack. Here I am, 7.5 miles in. Got a little swampy area behind me. I thought I'd pause, show you a little bit of what I'm seeing on this neck of the woods. It's occurred to me that I'm probably going to have to get a couple backup batteries and a couple extra memory cards, because I seriously want to make some all-day events. I'm also going to have to remember to just turn the camera off. Usually when I'm not recording, I just pause the recording and leave the camera on, which is going to seriously deplete the battery. What I need to do is shut it off between recordings. Anyways, just wanted to check in. Checking out, saving battery. Some more cool stuff. Hey, seriously, how do you ride a bike through this? This is really neat stuff. Swamp area for real. I'd wreck and break my neck in that section. All this would kill me on a bike. 7.98 miles. Closing in on the magic number 8. So close. Rocking this walk today. Making it happen, getting it done.
Total distance 8 miles. Total time 3 hours 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Split pace 23 minutes 11 seconds per mile.
There you go. Mile number 8 for the day. What a fantastic accomplishment that was. And fantastic scenery to boot. 8 miles in, that's mile number 52 on the 500-mile walk. Whoo! Are we getting closer yet? 448 more miles to go. We got this. Heck yeah. Cruising right along. Here's one of the intersecting trails. I could hop on it and head back into where I'm going, but I'm going to stay on the bike path hiking trail and keep looking. Who would ride their bike over this? For real. I might have to talk to some mountain bikers. You'll find out some of the techniques. How you manage to get through all this without snapping your neck. Here comes one now. The first person I've passed all day. I'm gonna step aside and let this guy come on through here. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how you do it. Just cruising right along. That's the first person I've seen since I saw the guy heading out to go fishing a couple hours back. I suppose the secret to mountain biking is pacing yourself. He wasn't trying to kill himself. I suppose you go fast when you need to and you don't when you don't. I know a couple people that mountain bike. I'll do a video with them. We'll get the lowdown on that. What an awesome hike this has been today. Absolutely fantastic. It's warming up. It's about 62 degrees. Last I checked. Been sweating a lot. My eyes are burning from it. I really should have already had some water. But as I mentioned earlier, I won't have much effect of it from it because I'll be drinking it here real soon. My mouth's a little dry, that's for sure. Closing in on mile number 9. Descending a little hill here. We're at 8.97. Just about another half mile to go on this trail. And then I can get some coffee and get something to eat. To tell the truth, I am famished. I have not yet eaten today. And it's almost 1:30. I've been up since 4 this morning. Here it comes.
Total distance 9 miles. Total time 3 hours 30 minutes and 32 seconds. Split pace 23 minutes 17 seconds per mile.
Kapow! 9 miles for the day so far. That is the end of mile number 53 in the 500-mile walk. Leaving us with 447 more miles. Holy smokes. We could have walked that backwards. Heck yeah. Like I said, I'm about half a mile away from the trailhead. The coffee the food, and the water. We'll have some discussion while I take that break and figure out the plan for the rest of the day. See how much battery life I have and what kind of memory I have left on my memory card. We may just have to wrap it up and head back to the car and live to fight another day. Wow! That was a walk. For real. 9.72 miles. Let me pause this. 3 hours, 49 minutes. And this is the first time I've sat down.
Workout pause.
Workout paused. 9.72 miles. That was a trick. Here's my backpack. I don't know if you guys... It's just a simple little school style backpack. Nothing fancy. Just that. What? Oh. Ouch. I'm getting a cramp. Alright, first things first. I need some snacks. And by snacks I mean coffee. Oh, this might be the best cup of coffee I've ever had in my whole life. Watch this. That's love being poured directly into a cup. I'm not even going to put the lid on it because I'm going to smash this and have some more. Oh, wow. Holy crap, that's good. I'm a lot thirstier than I should have been. I should have stopped and drank some water along the way. I never suggest anybody do what I just did, to go that long without drinking water, especially when you're walking and sweating a lot. And I also suggest taking breaks. I just didn't feel like taking a break, so I didn't, but I should have. Let's go for round 2, huh? Next round's on me. We're gonna smash that up again. Oh my God. I almost feel human again. I still haven't seen anyone else, although I can see from here there's 4 boats out on the lake. People fishing. Oh, that was yummy. I might have to smash another cup here in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the camera though and check into the battery life and all that good stuff. I'm gonna do a quick rundown of what I have in my pack. Bottled water, 16.9 fluid ounces. I have 3 of these that I brought with me today. I'll probably end up drinking all of them before I get home. I will replenish all the water that I had sweated out on that hike. And I don't think I'm done just yet. I still have, I'll figure it out when I get back to the car. But we may do some more. I also brought some hard-boiled eggs. Brought 3 of those. We'll see how many of those I eat. I have them in a bag in case they crack open. That way the rest of my food doesn't, or the bag doesn't start smelling like hard-boiled eggs. I also brought paper towels, and I have toothpicks in here. Because, man, it drives me nuts. I get stuff in my teeth. Pardon me while I smoke. Hope none of you are offended by that. The paper towels are in case of an accident of any kind, you know, if I get hurt or cut myself or something. Or if I just happen to need a napkin for something, paper towel for some reason or another. I brought those, and the toothpick. I know I'm gonna eat, and I hate having getting anything stuck in my teeth. I also brought mild cheddar cheese, cut into cubes. I cut them into cubes. Usually I'll go with slices, but I have learned that the slices end up sticking together as they sit in your pack, and it's difficult to separate them and eat them. So I cut these into cubes whenever I put them in a pack to keep that from happening. And then I also have my nut sack. And if you were with me right now, I would say, hey, look at my nut sack. You see my nut sack? You want to eat my nuts? I would say that. You want to eat my nuts? And then you would say no. And I would say, okay, look. Just put my nuts in your mouth. And if you don't like them, you can spit them out. But I think you'll like the way they taste. You're going to like the way my nuts taste in your mouth. And you would probably continue to say no. And I would say, but they're salty. You don't want my salty nuts in your mouth? And I will tell that joke over and over and over again, because it's hilarious to me. And I usually have a banana. And I would show you my banana when I show you my nut sack. But the store only had green bananas, so I didn't buy any. And I mean really green. You wouldn't want to eat them. I didn't, so I didn't buy them. And I'm going to go ahead and refill this coffee a third time. Because I love this stuff. I'm telling you, to go that long without coffee is hard for me. I'd been alright if I had drank the water. I'm really just thirsty. Yeah, 3 hours and 49 minutes without coffee. Man, that's almost, it's like looking for a fist fight or something. And just so you know, the exercise you get from hiking is not canceled out if you're a smoker. So don't think just because you're a smoker you can't get your exercise in. Now I'm going to show you what I do. I just had that cigarette. I put it out, put it back in the pack to be disposed of at home in the trash. Pack it in, pack it out. Them's hiking rules. I think I'll have a piece of cheese first. So I am starving. I've not eaten yet today. I never eat breakfast for some reason or another. Usually because I'm drinking coffee and I get a lot of the amount of sugar I use and the carbs in that is what my body generally burns, especially the first part of the day. On the weekends, I like going to breakfast. I'll go get steak and eggs. Oh my God, I love steak and eggs. But I don't do that very often anymore. I just sit there, drink coffee, and read the internet. But I am starving, especially after all that walking. Hiker hunger is a real thing. Even on a lower level, just walking. If you walk every day just for a couple miles, you will notice your appetite increases exponentially. And the more you walk, the hungrier you get. It's crazy. But then when you're one of those big time hikers who hike for 10-15 miles a day for weeks on end, you're always hungry. Always. Even after you finish eating. Coffee's amazing. But I'm gonna get some of this water because I am so thirsty. Definitely should not have gone so long without water. This is awesome. This is like a picnic right here, right now. It's nice and quiet. There is one other person that came walking by since we've been here. She's sitting over there by herself, staring out at the lake. That's what I'm doing, except for I got you guys here too. For the record, those are cashews. Cashews are a fantastic snack. So is the cheese. There's a good amount of protein in the snacks I brought today. You can eat just a little bit of each, and that'll sustain you considerably. Lunch is over. Break time is over. Back on the trail. I am at 9.97 miles. I decided to go back to the car on the same path we came in on for two reasons. One is it's just about exactly 2 miles. And that'll give me some round numbers to work with for the day. Two is I already videoed a lot of that cool stuff on that path, so I won't have to use up battery and memory shooting more of that video.
Total distance 10 miles. Total time 3 hours 55 minutes and 27 seconds. Split pace 24 minutes 51 seconds per mile.
There you go. Mile number 10. Mile number 10. Mile number 10 for the day. How cool is that? And that happens to be mile number 54 on the 500-mile walk. How many miles does that leave me with? Oh, I can't even think right now. Mile 54 should leave me with 446 more miles to go. I can't really think because my stomach's squishing around. I ended up drinking 4 cups of coffee and that bottle of water. Had some cheese chunks and some nuts. Ended up not eating any eggs. With all that liquid in my stomach and cheese and nuts, I don't really feel hungry, but my stomach's squishy. And then I had to get up. I'm ready. Truth be told, I'm ready for a nap after that. After 10 miles of walking. And there's a nice cool breeze. There still is. You can probably hear it in the camera. I really thought about just laying out on the park bench and setting the timer on my phone for about 20 minutes, taking a 20-minute nap. But I figure I better get going. Anyways, by taking the bike path I came in on back out, that'll put me, I think, at 11.3 miles, 11.30. And then there's another trail on the way out of the park that is 0.75 miles long. It's called Friends Trail. I think I might want to stop and walk around that because I've never been on that one either. So we'll see how it goes. First, we'll just get back to the car and then assess this situation from there. Quick side note about the mountain bike trail that I just hiked, that 7.4 miles. It got pretty tough. After about 5 miles, I was getting a little tired. And I just wanted to mention for people that don't think they could hike that far or if they change their mind while they're doing it. There were at least 6 points that I could have joined a main road shortcut back to the starting point. So if you find yourself ever hiking on that trail, there are shortcuts out in case you feel like bailing. It can be done if you wanna, or you can walk it all like I did. It doesn't matter. Do what works for you, right? Right. Cruising along the bike path here, just past the 10.5 mile mark. Wanted to mention, for those of you who don't know, this is my second trip to Potato Creek this year, and I made the video, I think it was 3 days ago, maybe 4 days. If you didn't see that one, I suggest you watch it. But in that one, I talk about the history of the park and the backstory to it, and it's extremely fascinating. I suggest you Google it and research it yourself. It's Potato Creek State Park. It's Indiana State Park. Some really, really neat data there. I am at 10.97. After we cross this mile, I want to talk to you guys about something. About tracking these miles. I've been thinking about it. I'm getting tired of staring at my phone all the time. I mean, I want to record each time that I make another mile, but I'm tired of staring at my phone to see where I'm at.
Total distance 11 miles. Total time 4 hours 15 minutes and 45 seconds. Split pace 20 minutes 23 seconds per mile.
Right there. 11 miles. Mile number 11 for the day. That's mile number 55. And the 500-mile walk. Leaving us with how many more miles? 445 more miles to go. How cool. How cool. All right. 455 more miles. Wait. 445. That was mile number 55. 445 more miles to go. Starting to lose track. I'm getting tired. My brain's getting scrambled. Anyways, like I was saying, and like I just had to do, I had to stop what I was doing to hold the phone up because I keep trying to catch each mile, when what I could do is just leave it in my pocket, and when it tells me and I hear it say X amount of miles, well, I can just click record and say, whoop, there we go, mile number X. Or maybe I could just track every 2 or 3 miles, and then at the end of each day I could just show the entire distance, because I feel like the phone is a distraction as I keep trying to track how much longer until it's another mile. How much longer is another mile? It gets kind of annoying for me. It might even be getting annoying for you guys that I announced all those numbers every mile. Let me know in the comments. Give me your ideas, your thoughts, your suggestions. Also, subscribe to the channel while I'm at it. I really need you to subscribe. Ring the bell, follow along. Let's make this a successful channel with a bunch of cool videos. And we'll just keep going. Walk till we can't walk anymore. You know what I'm saying? Heck yeah. Let me know. I am definitely gonna have to get more batteries and memory cards to take with me on these trips, because there's seriously so much cool stuff And there's so much stuff I want to talk about. Again, this is as much of a vlog as it is a hiking trip. This series of videos, it's both of those things. It's not just hiking or backpacking or camping. It's ultimately it's a 500-mile walk in whatever setting is available within the time constraints I have to work with. But there's so much stuff that I like to touch on about what I see and what I'm thinking. As I just mentioned right there, about working within the time constraints that are available to me. You know, these videos, I'm not attempting to be educational or an expert in the field of any of this crap. What I'm hoping to do is show that regular folk, regular people like you and me can do this stuff in our spare time. We can find time. We might not be able to go on a week-long adventure, month-long adventure, 3-month adventure, you know, 6-month. We can get out for a couple hours. We might only be able to get out a couple of hours in a week, you know, but you can still do it. Empty out the kids' school bag, throw some snacks in it, and go on a hike. It doesn't have to be expert level. You know, the important part is just living your life when you can, doing the best you can with what you got. None of this stuff has to be on an expert level accomplishment. You know, you just go out for a walk, go out hiking, go out camping if you get a chance, whenever you get a chance. It takes about 20 minutes to walk a mile. If you got 20 minutes, go for a walk, even just around the block, if that's what you want to do. If you want to do it, you can do it, and don't worry about anyone else's perception of what you're doing or how you're doing it. You do you, let them do them, and don't, you know, anyone else's involvement starts and stops with you have no involvement. It's my walk, it's my hike. You hike your hike, I'll hike my hike, and we'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can with what you got. I mean, I would love to be able to hike the Appalachian Trail. But let's face it, it takes months to complete that. That's 2,191 mile trip. Some people spend 6 months doing it. Some people do it in 3. I don't have the financial resources or the time to be able to do that. But I can throw a backpack on, drive down to Potato Creek, spend 6 hours out walking, hiking. I can do that. I'll be able to do some overnight camping too. Doing what you can with what you have. It doesn't take much. You can do cool stuff. It don't take much to do cool stuff, you know. That's what I'm saying. Here I was rambling on about doing the best you can with what you have, and I just about walked right past my vehicle parking lot. So here I am back at my car, 11.78 miles. There's a few little offshoot trails that lead down to the lake here behind me. You can see, maybe you can see it, I don't know. I think I'm gonna walk around on those, get the 12 miles and come back to the car. Still might do the Friendship Trail. I'll see. I don't know yet. I'll think about it. Anyways, I'm gonna hit a few trails. I'll check back in. We're getting close to mile number 12 for the day. Still rocking the bike paths here. Heading back towards the car. I'll explain that in a minute.
Total distance 12 miles. Total time 4 hours 40 minutes and 50 seconds. Split pace 25 minutes 1 second per mile.
Mile number 12. How cool is that? Mile number 12 for the day. A 12-mile hiking trip. How fantastic. That is that's the end of mile number 56 on the 500-mile walk, leaving us with 444 more miles to go. That is amazing, and this is an amazing day. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I think I'll be feeling this in the morning, because basically a 12-mile day, well, that's triple of what I've been doing. 3 times as much. We'll see if I get leg cramps. Check back tomorrow. I'll let you know how I sleep tonight and let you know what the plans are. I don't know if I'll celebrate the passing of mile number 50 or not. Like I said, I might take a 0 tomorrow. Not do any miles. Just concentrate on catching up on editing. I don't know. I'll worry about tomorrow. Today is the end of mile number 56. A 12-mile hike, hanging out with you guys. One more gentle reminder. Remember to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notifications so you can follow along. And it'd really be awesome if you drop some comments, leave some questions, share the videos, click like if you like them. All that stuff's really beneficial to help creating a successful channel. And I need the help. And we'll do it all together. We work together on this. We'll make this really cool. Who knows what the future holds. Maybe we'll do some international videos someday. Maybe I'll travel to Egypt